Hello, Leo. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading for the second half of February from the 16th all the way through the 28th. General as always, guys. It won't resonate with every single person. Please do take from this reading what makes sense for you personally and let the rest go. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, that all of that information is down below in the description box, and I will include a link to the decks and creators that you see here today. So we're going to start things off with a couple of decks. This one is by Angelic Revelation 144, the Divine Love Affirmations deck, and then we'll grab a card from the Whispers of Love deck. All right, guys, so let's begin, and cross-watchers are absolutely welcome to this reading. Let's go ahead and grab some insight here. Angels and Spirit Guides for Leo, what is your first focus card for this particular reading here today? Grabbing this one. I don't keep secrets from my divine partner. I choose to be an open book. That's a great card, and that, of course, is very important in a successful relationship, is to not keep secrets from each other. So if that was an issue before, either with prior relationships that you were in and that was a challenge, or this is something that you guys strive for in the partnership, okay? So let's add to this with a card from the Whispers of Love. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Leo. Second focus card. I'm guided to this one. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. And, nobody's a mind reader, at least, I don't think many people out there can read minds, but it's very important to certainly demonstrate the love that you feel in your heart towards the ones that are important to you. And that doesn't just necessarily equate to romantic love. This could be our parents, our siblings, our children, our friends, and act on it. I mean, I'm recording this today, the 13th of February. So tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and which, interestingly enough, it's my wedding anniversary. So it's very special for me personally. But, do whatever feels right for you in your heart when it comes to your connections, certainly your romantic ones, which is what we're mostly focusing on here today. But this is a love and life reading, so it includes all the people in your life that you have love for, because there's all different kinds of love: romantic, family, friendships. Okay, so those are the focus messages to get things started for your reading. Let's go ahead and add to this, Leo, with some additional insight. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Pink Divine Love Oracle. This is by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. So definitely be an open book. Don't keep secrets from one another. Say what you got to say. And demonstrate love. That's what's coming through so far. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Leo for the second half of February. Not listening, okay? Inconsiderate, always thinks they are right. And again, you might have dealt with somebody like this, possibly in past relationships where they weren't listening to you, or this could be some current challenges that some of you guys are dealing with. But going back to this very first card, I don't keep secrets from my divine partner. Maybe part of the challenge here is that they were keeping secrets, that they were being very inconsiderate towards you as a result of not really paying attention to you when you're speaking, when you guys are having those conversations. And they could also be very difficult to deal with in that they always think that what they're trying to say is the right point, whether they're right or not. That's what they're sticking to. And that can be very difficult to talk to somebody who always feels that they're right, even when they're not. You guys are just going to go around in circles trying to get your point across. But we do have steps, movement forward, momentum. So this is a good thing. If this is what was challenging the partnership before, part of what's going on here is that you guys are able to make progress away from that type of interaction to create this forward momentum in your relationship. We also have making amends, apologies, and forgiveness. So maybe in the past they were just being very difficult to deal with, and they might have also realized that they were being that way and wanting to say, I'm sorry, wanting your forgiveness perhaps, Leo, and wanting to fix whatever's broken and to make amends in the partnership. So there's definitely healing that is possible here between the two of you. Recovery from traumatic events that caused pain and suffering. Now, for some of you that relate to this, part of this healing could be a physical ailment that you've been dealing with. So this could be a physical healing rather than an emotional one, a psychological one, a spiritual one. So however way you need this healing to happen, that can begin certainly once you guys create this momentum forward, especially once they are able to get to a point where they recognize the error of their ways. They're coming from a place where they are finally demonstrating the love that you need them to demonstrate towards you, and you to them. And we do have apologies and forgiveness here. Okay, so let's see. Let's grab another. We have slipping. Time to confront issues, make a move. Exactly. I feel that's really important to continue these steps forward in your partnership. They can't be inconsiderate towards you. You guys have to be able to listen to each other. You can't keep secrets from one another. And if that was a part of the drama and the problems, then absolutely confront those issues. And that's what's going to contribute to this movement forward. Sometimes it just comes down to that one step to finally tackle the problems in a relationship. We've got lovers, you're my jam, close bond, and friends, lovers and friends. So for those of you that relate to this, you could be the best of lovers and the best of friends. You guys do share this very special bond between the two of you. Not to say it's been perfect by any means, because no relationship is perfect. So you guys have had your fair share of ups and downs. But it does overall, to me, seem like two people who legitimately care for one another and just have to work a little bit more towards demonstrating the love that you have in your hearts for each other. All right, so let's add to this with some additional guidance from my newest deck. This is the Silhouettes deck. Leo, let's add to this and see what else needs to come forward. Angels and spirit guides for Leo, please. Angels and spirit guides. We have climb. The daily grind won't stop until you manifest that dream. And of course, this can apply to your romantic relationships. This can apply to your career, your vocation of choice, your health for some of you. As long as you keep chipping away at whatever that goal or dream is, you will achieve it. We do have the winter time reflected here. For some of you, your person could be a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces. You know, obviously we're focusing on the second half of February. Winter time here in the States, December, January, February. So something of significance might happen here between you and your person at this time. Let's add to that. What else, please, for Leo? We've got soul bond. Forever connected, regardless of time, distance, or circumstance. For those of you who have had to spend time apart from one another, you're still connected to them. You don't have to be physically with them to feel that connection. We have tenderness. No other arms could ever hold me. No other heart could ever love me. No other lips could ever kiss me quite as tenderly as you do. All right? So this could be how you see their love and how they love you and the effect that you have on them too. Just this very tender way of showing each other that you love one another. I love this card right here, Curiosity, because going back to the very first focus card, I don't keep secrets. And then we have somebody here who's inconsiderate. So again, that could have been a past challenge, or for some of you, maybe this is what it is that you're dealing with right now. But this card it does say you won't know unless you ask, you know? So if you're dealing with somebody who isn't an open book, and if you feel that they're holding things back from you, and if you're curious about that, Leo, it simply comes down to you opening up the conversation and just asking them about it, you know? And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be an open book. It just, you're never going to know unless you try and take it in that direction. If they open up, great. Then you guys can start tackling whatever issues you guys have going on. If they don't open up to you, and if they continue to keep secrets, and if they continue to not listen to you when you guys are talking, and if they are just really still being very inconsiderate towards you, then that as well is an issue that you need to address within yourself. Are you willing to continue to stay in a situation where somebody is disrespecting you in that way? You might have so much love for that person, but at the end of the day, you have to put yourself on your own priority list too, and you have to be able to occupy a space within yourself where you love you enough to do the right thing and what feels right for you. For some of my feminines, you're coming through as a broken feminine, having been broken by heartbreak, people that have treated you poorly, people that betrayed your trust, kept secrets from you, treated you in a very ill manner, you know, so take that for how it makes sense. And whatever broke you, it's interesting how it's right next to slipping time to confront issues to make a move, you know? And for some of you, my feminines, that move might be to create this forward momentum away from somebody that you know is not good for you. Okay, so that's for some of you guys. And then we've got guidance. Sometimes the path is unclear, and sometimes it shines so bright that you can no longer ignore it, intuitively knowing that's the way you're meant to go. So trust your instincts here. Especially my feminines, because it's right next to this broken feminine card. Don't ignore the signs that you are receiving, because that is what's directing you towards the right path. You know, it's like getting to a fork in the road. One path will lead you down a road that's not good for you, towards somebody that could be very toxic to you. The other road will lead you towards the kind of love that can withstand the test of time. And I love how it's right next to lovers and friends. There's somebody here that you feel this very close bond with, that you perhaps are meant to live a life with, you know, long-term commitment. And then we've got promises. This card says often broken, but when it comes to you and I, our unbreakable bond, I will remember the vows we've spoken and keep it close to my heart forever. So whatever these promises are that you guys have made towards each other, the soul bond clearly is here. You will be forever connected, regardless of where you guys are at on this journey. All right, so let's go ahead and add some tarot to this reading and see where else this is going to go. Some pretty insightful stuff coming forward here. All right, Leo, so let's grab some tarot. I'm going to use my tarot teacher this time around. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Leo. What else do you guys need to know for the second half of February in love and life? We do have the Knight of Pentacles here for some of you. Maybe your person could be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Okay. This is someone who's a very hard worker. They could be very ambitious, very loyal, responsible individual, but they're also a very slow moving person. They take their time, you know, they're not going to be very fast moving. So my feminines, if you're focused on a masculine who's coming through with this Knight of Pentacles vibe, just know that it's going to take time for things to develop between the two of you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because this might actually be something that they are really cultivating between the two of you, wanting to make sure that once they are ready to take that step towards commitment, that it's forever. And then you've got the Ten of Pentacles right here. So Earth energy is what's presenting itself. Money matters is excellent when it comes to the Ten of Pentacles. It represents financial security, long-term success, certainly in that regard. Some of you could marry into money. That is a part of the interpretation of the Ten of Pentacles. And it does represent a very positive, uplifting, happier time in your love life. They can offer you the security that perhaps past relationships could not. Some of you guys could have also dealt with something very challenging with that Five of Wands. Wands is fire energy. Leo, you are a fire sign. So there were competition here, rivalry, conflicts, perhaps from other people, third-party situations. And that put you on the defensive, perhaps. And you and a particular person, you guys were just clashing. But through this healing, with this Ten of Cups, there is a reunion that is possible. If you guys at one point in time lived together, they could be back. You know, this does represent a homecoming. And very happy energy, really. Your dream of manifesting a union with this person, that can still happen. Things can still fall into place. Maybe you see this person as a soulmate. Getting married to this person someday, if that's something that you've been wanting. Cups represents water energies. For some of you, maybe your person could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We already have the wintertime, Pisces reflected right there. And then we've got the Chariot, which is picking up off of Cancer again. And this does represent overcoming whatever challenges you guys had going on. This represents much needed movement between the two of you. And there we are, movement forward. There's that momentum card right there. A triumphant outcome, success. Justice will be served, truth, clarity. For some of you guys, your person could be a Libra. Karmic justice. Balancing the scales between the two of you. There's definitely a soul contract that is reflected here between two people. And with that Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, I mean, those are some amazing cards, certainly when it comes to your love life. Leo, letting you know that there's a very positive outcome that can certainly manifest itself here. So I wanted to grab some messages from the Divine Masculine first. Let's get some messages from my Thinking Man Oracle Volume 2 deck. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Leo. What else do we need to know here? What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? That night we were together, I never told you that I loved you. I'm hoping you felt it in the way I kissed you, touched you, made love to you. So going back to the very first card, I don't keep secrets. I still feel, though, that you might have been dealing with somebody that was the total opposite of that they weren't an open book, that they kept things inside. And the masculines certainly held back from simply expressing to the feminine how they were really feeling. I care more than you will ever know. Look at these next cards. You are my only desire. You will always be my baby. Oh, yes, we can. Yes, absolutely. You guys can overcome whatever challenges you have faced individually as well as together. Yes, what we had was very real. The fact of the matter is, my reality without you in it is lonely, sad, and boring. Okay, these words from the masculine and bottom of the deck. I love you. All right. So my feminines, you have a masculine here who's got so much to say, letting you know that you are absolutely loved and still desired. and their life without you, lonely, sad, and boring. That is what's reflected here when it comes to the masculine. So let's go ahead and grab some cards now from my HeartSpace Oracle on behalf of the Divine Feminine. So feminines, what do you want to say to your masculine here? What do you want to say? On behalf of the feminine. No one has ever made me feel the way you do. It doesn't matter who came before you, because no one will ever come after you. Just the mere sound of your name is enough to brighten my day, every day. Please come back. I can't do life without you. It seems to me really that you guys are very much on the same page, really wanting each other, still desiring each other. In the fifth dimension, we can do whatever we want, especially if the 3D world is a little bit more challenging. Okay, maybe in the 5D is where you guys are interacting in the meantime. If we could, we would. Wouldn't we? So that's a question from the feminine to the masculine. It's like, if we could get back together, we would, wouldn't we? If we could talk about how we were really feeling, we would, wouldn't we? If we could just go back in time and fix what's broken between the two of us, we would, wouldn't we? So yeah, there are so many ways to interpret that message, but this is an indication from the feminine that, you know, the feminine is absolutely recognizing that if you guys could fix what's broken between the two of you, you would. And lastly, if it's meant to be again, life will find a way. Exactly right. Life will find a way. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and add to this with some additional messages here for this reading. So I'm going to grab some insight from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle deck. Let's grab some cards from here. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Leo. What else do we need to know for the second half of February? Angels and Spirit Guides for Leo. We have the past. You know, it's time to say goodbye to the past. The past is no longer serving a purpose for either of you. It's time to move on from that. We do have expansion. It was always you and I. There was never anyone else that mattered in our world, just you and I. And one day it all changed. Our love created a life that demonstrated so beautifully how two people can extend that love beyond themselves to leave this world with a legacy all our own. This has to do, of course, with starting a family. Some of you guys already possibly could have had children together. Okay, so take that if it applies. We have the search. We search, we hope, and sometimes we do find that one perfect love that lasts a lifetime. Other times, our search leads us to grief, heartache, disappointment. There are no guarantees in life that we're going to leave this world having known the type of love you read about in romance novels, but it sure is worth searching for. Absolutely. And maybe, Leo, you have found what it is that you've been searching for. And then we have instinct. The stars instinctively know when it's time to come into alignment. It doesn't need to be manipulated and helped in any way. It just falls into place when it's meant to, just like you and I. And it goes very much together with the message from the feminines here. If it's meant to be, again, life will find a way. Okay? If it's meant to fall into place when it's meant to, it will. And bottom of the deck, we've got flawless. Out of the billions of people on this planet, my journey led me to you. I've never known such happiness, pleasure, contentment, and joy. We fit together so perfectly that I can't imagine a day of my life without you in it. And obviously, if you guys are in separation, this could be what they're thinking about. that they really can't focus on anything else but having you back in their life, that they can't imagine another day without you in it. Okay, so some pretty insightful messages there for the collective. Let's go ahead and add to this. I'm trying to figure out what deck I'm going to go ahead and pull from. The Twin Flame Current Vibes deck by Sister Moon Tarot. And of course, you don't have to identify with a twin flame connection if you don't. That's just the name of the deck. So let's add to this, Leo. Let's see what else. When it comes to the person that you're focused on for this reading, what else do you need to know here? Unconditional. My love for you is unconditional. It will never change. And that's really important for you to recognize, Leo. Okay, that unconditional love that the two of you share. This is interesting. We have another card saying that there's an apology on its way to you. Remember this card right here, and it does say making amends, apologies, and forgiveness. This card says, I'm sorry for all the ways I have hurt you. Could you ever forgive me? So I wouldn't be surprised here, Leo, if you hear from your person coming forward with an apology. We do have the Divine Feminine coming through with feminine energy. So if you're feminine resonating with this reading, then this could certainly play a very significant role in your life with some messages that hopefully are offering you guidance that is helpful right now. And then we have romantic. After all this time, I still have a crush on you. Sometimes you make me feel like a teenager all over again. It's a very romantic vibe between the two of you still. Magic. Our times we spent together were magical. Sometimes I feel spellbound. Let's grab a couple more. Without you in my life, my world goes dark. Dimmed. Absolutely. That's how they're feeling. Without you there, you know, they could certainly be depressed, very lonely, very sad. You represent the light. You represent the happiness that they feel. And one last card. Look at this. Still in love. I loved you from the moment I met you, and I still love you. And for some of you, maybe you really needed clarification on that, and you really needed to hear that to bring your heart some comfort that they still care so very deeply for you. They're giving you unconditional love. They recognize the error of their ways, and they want to come forward with an apology for their role in whatever happened here between the two of you. Okay, guys, so let's wrap it up here with some healing messages from your angels. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Leo. All right. We do have intention. In this particular deck, this has always given me the type of vibe that's very law of attraction and energy, because our intentions, whatever we're putting out into the universe energetically, is what you can manifest back towards you. So make sure your intentions are very crystal clear. And then you've got the focus card right next to it, which for me ties into this energy of our intentions. As long as you are laser focused on what it is that you're wanting, the universe will be able to help manifest it towards you. And that applies to your love life, that applies to your career, your health, your friendships, your family, whatever is of concern to you. Wherever you need change. Body care is a reminder for you to take care of yourself, certainly physically. Your friendships, very important to you at this time, and they are there to help you heal whatever part of your life needs healing. And remember, we already have the healing message coming forward from there, recovering from traumatic events that caused pain and suffering. So your friends offer you the type of support perhaps, and just the company to help you out during this time. And then we've got romance. So your love life here, Leo, possibly the second half of February, is going to be picking up. For some of you guys, there could be communication from the one that you're thinking about. the one that you are missing. Communication is key here. And as long as you guys are able to be open and honest and not keep secrets with one another and have productive conversations, this can still be a very successful relationship. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. Whatever part of it made sense for you, I hope it helped you out. And if you're interested in your own reading, that information is down below. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.